Sonic X Shadow Generations. It's a Sonic game. The game released about 3 weeks ago and the results were very positive. But is the game actually that good? Is it just because people wanted a much better linear Sonic game after Sonic Forces? Well, let's find out today as we rank the Sonic X Shadow Generations levels. Hi everyone, and today we'll be ranking the Sonic X Shadow Generations levels. I'm not gonna say anything about this, but because I don't really know what to say. I've done this 2 times already. Let's just start. Green Hill Zone Act 1. It's okay, I guess. I think maybe B or A tier. I think just because of the classic Sonic Spin Dash, we're going to put it in A tier because this level design is very open and I like it like that. Act 2 is, it would be A tier, but since it is the first boosting level in the game, there's not a lot to it, so I'm going to put it in B tier. Chemical Plant Act 1. There really isn't a lot to say about this. That's probably going to become a common trend. The Spin Dash is not as useful as Act 1 in Green Hill Zone, so maybe I'll put it in C tier. Yeah, alright. Up next is Chemical Plant Act 2. Now, from the pattern, it might look like we're going to put this in D tier, but we're not. I think this one deserves an A tier. It would be like S if it didn't have any 2D segments. And that's the thing you'll notice with this video. A lot of these boosting levels would be so much better if they just had 0 2D segments. Which is why I like Shadow Generations so much. But anyway. Sky Sanctuary Act 1. They brought back the top spinner. D tier. Act 2. Top of A tier. Not quite S. Just because some parts can be very confusing. Like, my brother got stuck on this, which was pretty funny, but okay. We finished all the classic era levels. Wow, we're going fast today, hey? Now let's do the bosses. Metal Sonic is fine, I guess. Not as cool as Sonic CD or Sonic Mania. I think I'm just going to put it in C tier. It's really easy. It is the first boss. Sonic Generations itself is just really easy most of the time, so yeah. Death Egg Robot, I think it deserves a B tier. It's just not that creative. And it's really annoying sometimes. Like, the main plot of it is you have to get the arm to touch the bombs that are there. I just don't find that interesting. And the hitbox on that is huge. Like, seriously. Like, it will destroy 3 platforms at once. And you can't jump, so yeah, B tier. Now we're going into the adventure era. Probably my favorite era of Sonic games. First up, we have Speed Highway Act 1. This level's, no, it's not D tier. I think I'm going to put this in A tier. It's a very forgettable stage. I'll say that. I can't think of anything about this stage, but anyway. Speed Highway Act 2, S tier. That always happens when I try to put something in S tier. But anyway, Speed Highway Act 2 is just so awesome. The level goes so fast. Even the 2D segments are really fast. This level is just peak Sonic Generations, and I can't say any more. City Escape Act 2. Now, Sonic Adventure 2 is my favourite Sonic game ever. But the recreation of the stage, how was it? Well, it was good. I think maybe the skateboard box is just enough to make it better than Sky Sanctuary Act 2. Because that's just so cool. Act 2 City Escape is another S tier. I think pretty much all of these Adventure Era ones are going to be S tier. But it's just so much fun. So there's hardly any 3D segments. The gun truck section is so over the top. I just love it so much. Not as iconic as the original, but hey, it's fine. I barely remember anything about this level too, so I'm just going to put this in, I think, middle of B tier. It's not that interesting. Act 2 of Seaside Hill is another S tier. And, I might move these around a bit, actually. Just because of the 2D segments in this stage, City Escape's probably better, Yeah, this will stay here. It's so much fun. The music is so cheerful. There's so many different paths you can take. It just, once again, it proves everything I love about Sonic Generations. Shadow the Hedgehog. When I first played this boss, I hated it. Like, really. Hated it. I just thought it was so confusing and I didn't get what to do and it was way too long. But after playing it again, it's another S tier. Wow, the 3D levels in the Adventure Era really are good. Probably bottom just because it's a bit short and there's not much to it. But I love how they reference Shadow's Chaos Spear attack from Adventure 2. It's not as cool as Adventure 2, like City Escape, but still. Perfect Chaos. Now, following the streak, you'll probably think we're going to put this in S tier. D tier. This level sucks. The remix is so boring and doesn't have any energy to it of Open Your Heart, which is sad because I love Open Your Heart. And it just looks weird, like there's not enough water on it. You can see in the picture here. Just, like, what is this blue stuff? I don't know if that was in the original game. I've never played Sonic Adventure, but and then it's just so easy, so boring. And yeah, it's so short. I just don't care. I kind of hate these levels. I kind of hate them. I think Act 1 might be a C tier, maybe. Crisis City from Sonic 06. This level sucks. I mean, we all saw that coming. It's the Sonic 06 stage, so yeah. I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. But it's just, there's so much annoying stuff in this level. I just can't stand it. Rooftop Run Act 1. It's, meh. It's a bit long, so it's not A tier or anything. Rooftop Run Act 2 on the hand, that is awesome. I think I'm going to put this at the top. The music just makes me so happy, and it's just everything in this level is awesome. The 2D segments are fast-paced. There's so many different parts you can take. It's a Sonic Unleashed level. Just awesome level. Unfortunately, we can't keep up that streak because both of these levels suck, especially the 3D one. I always prefer the 3D level over the classic Sonic level, mainly, only, maybe not just in Green Hill Zone. It's so bad. They brought back the Wisps for some reason. Like, Sonic Generations had a weird obsession with only putting certain things in certain levels. I don't know why they needed to do that. Like, why is the light dash only in this level? Why is the wall jump only in this level? But, like, it's really just terrible. The Spike Wisp is so slow in this level, and This level is even worse. It's just so confusing. It starts off great with a nice tree section, but apart from that, yeah, these levels just suck. Silver the Hedgehog is pretty boring. You may notice, apart from Shadow, I don't like many of these bosses. It's so short. It's not as bad as Sonic 06, so I'll give it that, but that's not really hard to top, so yeah, boring. Egg Dragoon is not quite S tier. Just because I feel like it's a little bit long. Most of these bosses have a problem with being too short. This one is too long. Sonic Generations bosses are terrible. Apart from this one. Now, I know this is a big hot take, and I know that so many of you are not going to agree with me, but I love this boss. It just has such a cool design, and it has a good amount of time it takes to defeat it. Interesting concept for switching between 3D and 2D. And the part at the end where you combine the powers to go through a giant ball of lava is just icing on the cake. S tier. No, actually, I think I might. Yeah, just there. Now, hopefully there'll be no more big hot takes. And our last level for Sonic Generations is the pinball level. This level's super boring. I mean, it's not bad, at least. It's pinball. I don't know what else you'd want. I've only played this like one time in my whole life, so I guess I'll put it here, maybe. Yeah, here. Now, we've moved on to Shadow Generations. This game is a lot shorter than Sonic Generations, but man, it is so awesome. It's like my second favorite 3D Sonic game. And I did have a review planned on this, which is why this video took so long to make, but I cancelled it. So, yeah, if you want to see that review, then comment on this video. But Space Colony Arc is also an S tier level. Where is it? I think this level just screams S tier. It is S tier. I don't know who else would think that this is not S tier. Act 2 is also really awesome. What's with this stupid ad? Get off. Okay. Act 2 of this level is also pretty awesome, I think. Top of A tier just because it's a bit short. I mean, it is the first level. What do you expect? But Act 1 of Rail Canyon is also an A tier. Not as amazing as Space Colony. Actually, I might put this in S tier as well. A lot of the Shadow Generation stages are going to be S tier. Just because there's so many different parts, and especially with the Doom Wings, this is fun. Act 2 is an A tier. I think I'll put it maybe underneath Egg Dragoon. I don't have a lot to say. The Bio Lizard on the other hand. This level fixed the biggest problem from Sonic Generations, which was the boss fights. And man, it is so cool. Like, seriously, you've got, like, I will admit, I found this level hard as hell when I first played it in Sonic Adventure 2. Maybe that was only me, but this one fixes every problem. The homing attack actually works this time. You kick a giant ball into his face. You can still grind up the rails. The timing isn't as long. It's just so S tier. And the only problem is it's a bit short, but will stop from being better. Anyway. Kingdom Valley Act 1. I've never met a single person who thinks that this isn't S tier. I've only really ever met one person who's played this game, but still, doesn't matter. This level is freaking awesome. There are so many different parts you can take, and it's just perfect. It's just perfect. Fortunately, this level kind of ruins that with being linear. Yeah, that's just the problem with this levels. It's still A tier, at least. It's a bit long, I guess. I don't know. I don't really remember much about this game. Oh, well, about this level. Sunset Heights Act 1. I was so shocked to see this level come back because I didn't really watch any of the trailers for this game. I wanted to avoid spoilers. And man, I did avoid spoilers because I did not know that there would be a Sonic Forces level in this game. This level, though, is honestly fine. It's the only really shadow stage that's fine. Just because it took inspiration from Sonic Forces, a lot of the level is just a long hallway section. So for that reason, it's going at the top of B tier. Act 2, on the other hand, is the only level where I like the 2D one more. Like, the aesthetic of this level is awesome. You've got the clouds in the background and you've got the giant robots. And the use of chaos control here is especially awesome. You use it to stop yourself from, like, falling off and the robots from hurting you. And the water section is also really awesome. So, yeah. A tier. Now, Metal Overlord. The best part of this level is the music. Because they didn't even remix the song. That is perfect. I love this song. Like, I'll play it right now for you guys, just in the background. Like, obviously, I won't be able to hear it, but the fight itself is also awesome. Probably, I'm really trying hard to not rank the, shadow levels to not keep ranking the shadow levels in S tier. But it's just impossible. I just can't because they're so good. Sega really cooked with this game. Next level is... oh boy. I was even more shocked to see this level come back than Sunset Heights. Chaos... I'm speechless. Like, Chaos Island from Frontiers? That is such a perfect decision. After all, this game was made in the Frontiers engine. There is one problem with this level, though. The problem is, it's really hard. Well, I shouldn't say that. The level itself isn't hard, but if you want to find the fastest path, it's just very hard to do because of the slippery controls. Well, the controls aren't slippery, but they are when you're on a tiny, narrow bridge. Yeah. I just don't like it very much. Well, I do like it. I shouldn't say that. So I'm just gonna stick with it in A tier. Maybe B tier. Yeah. The use of the Doom morph here is awesome. Like, it's literally perfect. I don't know, but it is a bit long and some of the parts are really annoying to take. Yeah. Act 2 isn't much better, sadly. It's just really meh. There's this part where you have to, like, balance on this platform, which really sucked. Like, but yeah, it's fine. Mephiles is probably, like, obviously it was a huge shock to see another Sonic 06 boss remade. But apart from that, yeah, this boss is fine. B tier. Better than these because it's just really short and it is cool how you use the boost with the Doom morph since you never really use it again. But apart from that, yeah. Radical Highway is the final stage in the game. And both of these levels are S tier at the top. Like, really. I don't even know which level I like more. Act 1 is just so cool and faithful to the original stage in SA2. And the use of the Doom Wings here is incredible. But Act 2, on the other hand, just goes all out on the amount of amazing. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it's just so cool. I think Act 1 is a bit better since there are so many huge parts you can skip with the Doom Wings, and it is intentional. It kind of reminds me of Sonic Adventures level design, where you could use the spin dash to skip giant parts of levels. Anyway, and the final boss for the game is Devil Doom, which is also a top of S tier. Again, you've got All Hail Shadow in this, which and it's so much better than Time Eater. It just feels so much more satisfying. I hated it when I first played it. That's just because in the section with the Doom Morph, I didn't realize when you attack him, you were meant to mash Y and not just press Y. So it took me 30 minutes, and the game gave me like 10 points for finishing the boss. I don't know. Anyway, that is the end. This is my tier list. If you have problems with it, you can like the video. Yeah, that sounds nice. Like the video if you hate the tier list, and like it if you love it. I don't know. And yes, I've got rid of the ads. I know some people were getting mad at me